Welcome to my channel. Try to hear the latest story.
At a backyard barbecue, her best friend Jess looked me dead in the eye in front of everyone and said, "God, Amanda, he's such a loser. When are you going to trade up?" Amanda just laughed and replied, "Hey, he does what he can." I didn't say a word. I grabbed my jacket, walked to my truck, and left her standing there. 3 days later, she was posting about being publicly abandoned and humiliated by her boyfriend of 3 years at IT. Was supposed to be a relaxed Saturday cookout at Mike and Emily new house. Nothing big, just burgers, cold beer, lawn chairs, and a bunch of Amanda's old college crowd. I'd been to plenty of these before. I'm not the loudest guy in any room. Never claimed to be. I'm Ryan, 36. I own a construction company I started from scratch a decade ago with one beat-up truck and a tool belt. Today, I've got 20 employees, 6-figure equipment, and jobs booked out past next summer. I show up early, leave late, pay my guys on time, and don't need applause for it. Amanda is 34, works in marketing, loves being the center of attention. I always liked the balance. She brought the spark, I brought the steady ground. Or so I believed. The night started normal. I was flipping steaks with Mike while Amanda floated between groups with her wine. Jess arrived fashionably late, as always. I'd met her before and never loved the energy, but Amanda called her my ride or die, so I stayed polite. That politeness ended fast. I was walking over with a fresh drink for Amanda when I heard Jess loud and clear, "Another summer with no real trip? Babe, stop settling. You're wasting your best years on a guy whose biggest dream is owning more power tools." Amanda gave that nervous little laugh she does when she's uncomfortable. "We're saving for a house. Ryan's business keeps him busy." Jess cut her off with an eye roll big enough for the whole yard. Busy being a total loser. Zero ambition past mixing cement and swinging hammers. You deserve way better. The music seemed to drop out. Everyone turned. I stood there holding Amanda's drink like an idiot, waiting to see what the woman I was planning to marry next month would do. She looked at me, smiled, and said, "He tries really hard, Jess. Not everyone can have your glamorous life." Then she took the drink from my hand and kept chatting like nothing happened. I counted to 3 in my head, set my own beer down untouched, walked to the chair, picked up my jacket, and left. "Ryan?" she called after me, confused that I didn't answer. Just got in my truck and drove home. My phone exploded before I hit the highway. 15 missed calls. 30 texts that went from, "Where are you?" to, "You're embarrassing me in front of my friends," to, "This is insane. Call me now." I shut the phone off and slept like a rock. Next morning I was up at 5:30, ran 5 miles, showered, made coffee. When I finally powered the phone back on, the messages had shifted to panic and guilt tripping. "I'm coming over. We're talking about this whether you like it or not." She showed up at 8:15, pushed past me into the house like she still lived there. "What the hell was that, Ryan? You just ditched me? You made me look stupid." I closed the door and leaned against it. "Interesting. I made you look stupid. Not your best friend calling me a loser to my face. Not you laughing and agreeing with her." I didn't agree. I was defusing. By saying I try really hard? Like I'm a participation trophy boyfriend. "You're completely overreacting. It was one dumb comment at a party." "No," I said, voice flat. "It was the moment I saw exactly how you see me when you think no one important is watching." She dropped onto the couch, switched to soft voice mode. "Baby, I'm sorry if your feelings got hurt. I didn't mean it like that. Can we just forget it? I've got that client dinner Thursday. You're still coming, right? Wear the navy shirt. I looked at her for a long second. No, Amanda, I won't be coming. We're done. Her face went blank. You're breaking up with me over one joke? I'm ending this because when someone insulted me in front of you, you sided with them. That's all I needed to know. She tried every tactic. Tears, yelling, bargaining, more tears. When nothing worked, she stormed out and slammed the door so hard the windows shook. For the next 48 hours, I ignored the nonstop calls and essays she sent. I went to work, hit the gym, started boxing up everything of hers that had slowly migrated into my house over 3 years. Toothbrush, clothes, throw pillows, half the kitchen cabinets. The ring I'd bought 2 months earlier went back in the safe. Day 3, she posted the sob story online. How her boyfriend of 3 years abandoned her at a party, publicly humiliated her, all because he couldn't take a harmless joke. Comments poured in, mostly her crowd calling me insecure, controlling, emotionally fragile. Jess's comment was gold. Girl, dodge that bullet. I didn't clap back online. I just texted Amanda, dropping your stuff tomorrow at 6. My things better be ready. Key will be in the side pocket of the gray duffel. She answered instantly, we need to talk like adults. Stop acting like a child. I repeated. 6 p.m. I showed up right on time. She'd done the full performance. Hair curled, makeup perfect, wearing the dress I used to say looked killer on her. 5 minutes, Ryan. Please. I gave her 5. She launched into a rehearsed apology. Promised Jess would apologize too. Said they could meet us for coffee and smooth everything over. I cut her off. This isn't about Jess. It's about the fact you needed a stranger's insult to say out loud what you actually think of me. She kept pushing. I love you. Doesn't that mean anything? Love that lets someone trash your partner to their face isn't love. It's convenience. Then came the anger. You'll never find anyone else who puts up with your boring life. I smiled, picked up my box. Thanks for making this easier. As I walked out, she yelled, what about Cabo next month? Flights are non-refundable. Everyone's expecting us. I didn't break stride. Have fun explaining to everyone why the loser isn't there. The next 2 weeks were a masterclass in social media victimhood. Mutual friends picked sides. Her mom called to lecture me about working things out. I stayed quiet, kept building houses, kept lifting heavier, kept living. Then Emily, Mike's wife, called. Ryan, you need to know what really happened after you left. Jess spent 20 minutes tearing you apart. Mike finally told her to shut up or get out. She lost it, called you a blue-collar nobody with no degree. That's when Amanda finally defended you. Weak, late, but she did. She paused. Also, the Cabo trip? Amanda's been telling everyone it was your secret engagement trip. She found the ring months ago, took photos, showed the whole group. Jess has been helping plan the wedding behind your back. The violation hit harder than the barbecue ever did, but a week later Amanda barged into my office, blew past my receptionist, shut the door. We need to talk. The Carmichael account is meeting next week and they specifically want to meet my contractor boyfriend. I've been name-dropping your company for months. This could make my career. There it was. The real emergency. I looked up from my desk. Call another contractor. Ryan, please. No. She stared like I'd spoken another language. You're seriously going to tank my career over this? I'm not tanking anything. You just lost your free networking prop. Good luck. She left furious. 2 days later, a text from an unknown number. You were right. I'm sorry it took me this long. AI didn't reply. Funny enough, Carmichael still called me direct. They'd done their own research and wanted the company with the best reputation, not the one attached to a marketer's boyfriend. Contract signed, 3 buildings, 7 figures. Karma kept busy. Jess's months-long fling with Mike's brother exploded at a family dinner. Screaming, wine tossed, the full soap opera. Mike banned both of them from his house. Amanda's firm lost Carmichael and 2 other clients when her boss learned she'd been promising exclusive contractor discounts. She had no authority to offer. She kept her job, but got demoted hard. Her dad, a contractor himself, called me out of the blue. I raised her better than that, son. You did the right thing. Respect. 6 months later, I ran into Amanda at a coffee shop. She looked calmer, less like she was performing for an audience. Can we talk for 2 minutes? We sat. She apologized properly. No excuses, no. But Jess, just ownership, said therapy was teaching her why she let toxic people speak for her values. Asked if I was seeing anyone. I told her about Kate, the architect I met in woodworking class. Someone who respects the work because she does the work. We're taking it slow and it feels solid. Amanda nodded, no bitterness. She's lucky. Treat her right. We left it there. Clean closure. Jess apparently moved 3 states away after the family fallout. Don't care. I sold the engagement ring. Put the money toward a small cabin up north. Lakeview, quiet, mine. Built the dining table inside it with my own hands. Some nights I sit on the dock with a beer and realize peace isn't something you find. It's what's left when you finally stop accepting disrespect. To every guy who messaged me saying this post gave them the push to walk away. Proud of you. Putting on your jacket and leaving isn't weakness. It's the strongest thing a man can do when he finally decides his worth isn't up for debate. That's the end of the story. Back to building things that actually last.